Hi. Would you like to get a sustainable flow of high-quality leads from Google Maps as in this example? You can get 10 to 10,000 times more customers with Google Maps and local 3 packs than with Google Ads, Facebook targeting and classic SEO site blogging. But how do you compete for first rankings for near-me searches, place display radius, voice search and consistency of visibility and share of local voice? How do you make a loss-making business profitable and recognizable? In a highly competitive, red market, lockdown environment, failing economics, this is impossible for most. I see thousands of small and medium-sized businesses in the US and Europe disappearing on the map all the time. Initially, the richest survive and thrive, buying up abandoned competitors' sites, drop domains in bulk, and buying up the best abandoned locations in city downtowns for next to nothing. They monopolize paid listings, couponers, saving a bulk of money on advertising by big fish paradoxes in bidding and hiring the best marketing gurus and local SEO agencies and geomarketing agencies. And so it goes in most offline niches. Pretty dystopian. Google actively contributes to this and increases the ranking factors of such businesses with every fix and update, especially in local. Even if they don't want to be evil, there are paradoxes that do it for them. Like high center of first position in organic search or ads that train algorithms to disproportionately prefer to ad impressions and overall visibility for URLs in first position. And make a site's profile with the best top rankings for high frequency keys an example to others to follow, even if it has objectively worse intent execution and client intent answering. There are also many other paradoxes in off-site SEO, on-page SEO, and ads bidding, and many of them work for big brands. Big money makes even bigger money, same for ranking, links, traffic, and other resources. That's true for local SEO too. Let's check it out. Number 1 fact. Proximity or distance of such businesses is much wider due to buying physical banners, geofencing, Wi-Fi on public transportation, local radio ads, local newspaper placements, and methods hidden behind the black and gray hat. Even when traveling, locations of famous brands are sought like McDonald's because you get used to them and it's on the top of your mind. In 2022, proximity factors will rule others. Number 2 fact. Prominence is gained because of the big brand's great age, due to the mega company's huge investment in the brand, and because of the company's reliance on micro-influencers and huge digital PR campaigns. Also big companies are also using a strategy of actively pushing all local companies off Google Maps by hiring report and spam teams who complain about everything, which leads to the disappearance of useful attributes like handicap accessible, kids friendly, and sometimes suspended or closed forever. This causes quite a bit of stress and can even lead to legal wrangling. I won't consider the topic of fake negative reviews. This has long been mainstream in the United States. And while your business is struggling with spam and problems, big companies are increasing the attack on the minds of consumers with new promotions. Because they can buy as many ads as they want, and their skillful marketers are comparable to military commanders who apply the art of war in business. Number 3 fact. Relevance is working with search keywords, Google entities, the semantic and intent field, seeding content all the way down the user's app funnel, awareness, acquisition, activation, retention, referral, revenue. Here again, mega brands that have their regional marketing teams have the advantage. Big brands collect millions of keywords, billions of user path nodes and parameters from multiple sources like Salesforce, SAP, aggregated market intelligence, not just Google Analytics, Google Search Console and all sorts of mid-sized agency tools like SEMrush, RFs. They know the consumer better than the consumers themselves through big data collection and marketing campaigns driven by non-self-employed ML through intelligent orchestration of customer data platforms. These systems are getting smarter and more sophisticated every day, unlike cheap hired professionals who have a human limit. There's less and less freedom. Small businesses survived only by spammy black hat techniques or through greedy coupon aggregators. So how do you still win and get your customers from Google Maps when you have thousands, if not millions, of times fewer resources and don't want to wear black hat? I was hired by corporations, pharmaceutical, cruise, industrial, price comparison sites, for entry into new local markets and sites, hacking formulas of investment ratings. I was hired by medium-sized businesses that wanted to become a top 1 niche. I created content for 5 years to the future that made a boutique marketing agency for lawyers. They are now the award-winning #1 agency for law firms in the world. And hired by micro businesses for the last money, like lawyers, escape rooms, and they were led from minus income to profit of $100,000 per location. I always managed to find some kind of hack to increase the desired customer business metrics. Over time, I formed a kind of expert marketing troubleshooting approach, and from it a kind of algorithm, which I was able to partially transfer to the shoulders of weak artificial intelligence and Google spreadsheets. I encountered a paradox with corporations. When there are dedicated resources for a project to solve a problem or improve it, it is much easier to work and earn than with a small business with limited resources. That is, paradoxically, the smaller the business is, the more intellectual, emotional effort is needed to make it grow. That is, all the smart specialists will never work for a small business, with some exception for not all-round freelancing services. To solve this problem, I created a semi-automatic search engine geomarketing service, which is much more targeted and focused on maximum return on marketing investments than the corporations I know can possibly create due lack of expertise in hyper-targeted local keyword scoring and content automation. This is the most refined algorithm I've come up with for the ranking of Google 3-pack local spots and overall promotion of Google Business Profile. I've been able to create it from working every day, every weekend for the past 3 years, and the work doesn't stop. You can see a screenshot of the results of the old version's case study on my landing page. From hundreds of views on maps to 465,000 views, from 0 leads to 20,000 leads, from minuscule net profit to $100,000 per location. The capacity of my system is limited so far, so I can't scale the number of clients. I can only increase the number of locations and leads quantity and quality to earn more from a pay-per-lead system. Feel free to write to my WhatsApp. Or you can write to my email, foruniquemind@gmail.com.